hardest things you'll ever have to do is heal alone. You know how I know? Because I did it. Let me give y'all a little 5-year recap on my life. 2020, I moved to a brand new state. No friends, no family. Still to this day, no family and bare minimum amount of friends. 2021, my dad dies from a heart attack. 2023, I get married to the person that I've been with for the last 6 years. 2024, my mom dies in a tragic house fire. 2024, a couple months later, I asked my husband that I just married for a divorce. All of that led me into the arms of the best man I've ever known. But it took me into a year off of everything and everybody that I once knew. Because I struggled with my worldly ways of feeling like I needed validation from another person, that I needed to be with somebody else after I just got out of a relationship, God stopped me dead in my tracks. Because you need to heal without using other people as a void. You're trying to mask the things that you felt during your tough situations or during your breakup. You're trying to use another person to cover up what you're actually feeling, not knowing that eventually it's all going to come up regardless of how much you mask it or how much you try and get away from it or hide it or suppress it. It's not fair to use other people to fill the space of your loneliness because you don't want to do the real work. Loneliness actually requires you to heal and grow from your past trauma and not carry that into another relationship or even carrying that into a relationship that wasn't even ordained for you. So now you're passing on your past trauma to another person who don't even deserve it. The only way to actually do that work is by partnering with God. I know because I did it. After losing both of my parents and separating from somebody that I thought I would spend the rest of my life with, living in a state with no family and friends and actually having to sit with myself. See, God brought me to this state. God told me to come out here so that he could isolate me from everything and everybody so that I can actually do the work. See, we can mask our feelings not just with the person, but we can mask it with our friends. When you go through a breakup, the first thing you want to do is go out with your friends and go party and go have fun. Then the next thing you want to do is go meet somebody else and go start a relationship with somebody else. All of those things you're using to mask what you feel and to hide from your past trauma without actually doing the work to heal. See, what I didn't know was I was chosen a very long time ago. See, God moved me out here 5 years ago in order to start the process of my healing. I had so much trauma. I had so much that I was holding on to. I was still holding grudges to people who probably didn't even know I was holding grudges because I was battling with whatever I experienced internally without doing the real work over the years. See, God already knew I was going to lose my mom, my dad, and then my partner. That's why he did that, because he wanted me to get to a space where all I could do was rely on him. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly how to get me to him, get me to his feet. See, I may not have known, but I tell y'all in Romans 8:28, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and was called according to his purpose. See, I was called according to his purpose. So he did those things. See, me thinking that, these are the worst things that ever happened to me, but not even understanding that these are going to be some of the best testimonies that I could ever have to help you. See, I would never forget this last year of my life because it required so much of me. It required so much of inner healing and just trying to grow from all of the things that I had been suppressing for the last 30 years. See, I was so used to being in a relationship or even having somebody to help me or help me get through certain situations. When God set me down in my loneliness, it required a whole new level of growth. A year later, and now I love being single. I love being in my loneliness. I love having that space to myself. I love not feeling obligated to be up under somebody or just feel the loneliness of not having a person. There's so much to say on this topic, and the video is getting kind of long. If y'all want a part 2, come in part 2, and I'll let y'all know some more intricate details.